Hey everyone, it's NHL Hockey News Report. So back in the video, and today we're talking about Thatcher Demko. Is he the next Canuck to be traded? And if so, where? So Thatcher Demko has not had a good season this year, but he has had an awful season. We'll get into that, but knowing Thatcher Demko in his career so far, he has been a solid goalie. For sure, you look at what he is. He's 27 years old, $5 million for through 2025-2026 season. So after this season, there'll be 3 years left, which is some term, which is good to see at $5 million, knowing that you have some term here, which is nice. But this year has been awful numbers. Don't really look at them because they really not what he usually does, right? You look at a 393 goals against average. That is not good whatsoever. And you look at a save percentage of 883 save percentage. So you look at that. Usually like to see a 900 save percentage. You're looking at below 900, 883. Can't even get to 900 at this point. And you like to see around, average 3.00 goals against average. He's at 393 goals against average. You like to see anything 3 and less. He's been around. We'll see what his career goals against average is. But last year, he was 272 goals against average, 285 goals against average. That's when he really started things. 915 save percentage. So you look at how things have differed here. 915 save percentage and an 883 save percentage. Big difference here. Way big difference. He's been injured, things like that. Canucks had not been good at all. Turmoil with the organization, and it sounds like he wants out. So things are gonna change. And I have 4 teams I do want to talk about that Thatcher Demko could go to. That could be quite, fantastic fits for him and the new team picking him up. Definitely could bolster the lineup. They got some reassurance in goal, having someone who can help him. First off, I like to put out here number 1 on the board, and that is the Los Angeles Kings. Los Angeles finds himself in an interesting spot here. The Kings have not been good goaltending wise this year. Have not been the best goaltending wise, I should say, but they've been a fantastic team. Still really good. Jonathan Quick hasn't won a game since like December, but he's been a solid goalie through his whole career. And that's the thing. 341 goals against average, 27 games, 881. See, not even 900 save percentage at this point. So that is an interesting thing. And Cal Peterson has been just as worse, maybe even worse than him. They even sent him down to the minors. Is Cal Peterson, and Cal Peterson, he's got 3 more years left at $5 million. He had 2.77 goals against average in 17 games in AHL so far this season, and 10 games with the Kings this year. That's 3.75. So things have not been good, but maybe, hey, Demko goes to the Kings. He's from California. This could be a good pick, and his numbers, I would say, definitely would get better with the Kings than he would with the Canucks at this point. Moving on to another team. Moving on to now the Canucks. I mean, not the Canucks. Sorry, he's on the Canucks. Ottawa Senators. Ottawa could use a guy like him. Thatcher Demko at $5 million. They have not Philip Forsberg, Anton Forsberg, who actually even tonight against the Canadiens, played some good game. Played some great saves there. For sure, he's been pretty good. Down the stretch here for the Ottawa Senators at 2.75 million. He just signed a 3-year deal, so he's been really good this year. 309 save percentage. 309 goals against average, but that is definitely getting better, and he has played really well lately. So that's really nice to see, for sure. But having Demko as like the tandem would be nice. You also have Matt Sogard also in the pipeline in the AHL trying to make the team. He's like 6'8". Usually goalies like that tall is not always the best, even though it sounds cool. Usually that's not always the best. You also have Cam Talbot. he's a UFA after the season. But we'll see what happens. Definitely Demko would be a solid addition for the Ottawa Senators to add. Another one that I thought would be the best fit to me at this time would be the Buffalo Sabres. Buffalo could use some goaltending. Yes, Craig Anderson's been great, but he's 41 years old. And, this is his last deal. This is, his 1 year. And he could retire after the season. We said like 3 years ago, but he could really retire after the season. So we'll see what happens for the Ottawa Senators or the Buffalo Sabres at this point. So, yeah, Buffalo has been a team that um, has been great defensively, offensively, really great. Goaltending has been okay with Craig Anderson. Comey's been all right. Yuka Pika-Luukkonen's been really good also. So maybe you have a tandem of Yuka Pika-Luukkonen and Demko next year would be great to see that for sure. And if we go on to the next one here, and that's the Pittsburgh Penguins. And the Penguins, the Penguins can definitely use a goalie. Joey's been out now lately. DeSmith has been alright. He's a good backup goalie. But, maybe the Penguins should start to consider a different goalie here. Joey, think about Joey. His contract's up this year. How much does he want? He's been injured. He hasn't really been best in the playoffs. Not getting past the first round before, always being injured then. Maybe they look, hey, Demko, let's change things up. If they can sign Joey by the deadline or close to it, then I say Demko should be someone they should seriously consider as a guy for them next. Or even take Casey DeSmith's spot. I know I like Casey DeSmith a lot, but, maybe he should be joined in Demko. But then, if you do that, long-term outlook here for the Penguins, goaltending tandem would be quite pricey. Whatever they're gonna get, if it's gonna be $10 million plus, it could be for both of them together, which is pricey for goaltending in the NHL this year, or in general, not just this year. But that is a lot for goaltending, for sure. But those are 4 teams really that I think Demko could go to. My favorite is definitely the Sabres. I think the Sabres and the Kings would definitely be great fits. Senators, potentially, if they really think, all right, we gotta get a good goalie duo here. Yeah, so what would, Demko get? I would love to see him get his numbers a little in shape a little bit more than this year. You think about Demko and, his stats this year is not the best to look at. You don't want to look at it. You want to look the other way, looking at him in 15 games. So, yeah, it's 15 games, not enough, but he's been injured too. If you can kind of correct that, maybe get him to a 900 save percentage would be nice. I don't know if that's gonna happen. This might be more of a off-season trade than a deadline trade to see if you can raise the value. Be like, well, I want a second prospect, maybe you're gonna say, or a first round pick. I don't know what they want. Could be a first, but then team's gonna be a little back off, like, hey, whoa. Maybe the Kings, Sabres, I don't know. They're gonna be like, I don't know if I want to get a first round pick just yet. Penguins, they could. I would say they could. They have a possibility. Senators, no. I want to say no. They're gonna be like, yeah, no, I'm not getting a first round pick for Demko, what he has done this year. So, maybe a second and a prospect, would be something I would say fail. But if they want to raise his value, be like, yeah, he's still number 1 guy, then you gotta play him to the rest of the year, get him good, and then see what you can get in the off season. And there you go. Just take what you got. And it was funny because they let go of Markstrom in free agency, making Demko the starter, and now things have fallen apart like this. It's too bad because Demko was still guy. But we'll see what happens for Demko in the future of the Vancouver Canucks. Will be very interesting to see what happens. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Which 4 teams do you think should do it? Like I say, I think Buffalo and LA would be the best fits. But Definitely it'll be interesting what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you next video. Bye.